guys, Ash here from Mod for the Vapes. How are we all doing? Back at you with another review tonight. Now, I did the review a few days ago on the Freemax Marvis X, and today they have also supplied me with their little pod system, the Maxpod 3. Assuming this is the third one in their Maxpod range. As you can see, guys, this is a nice little starter kit aimed at those people that are either looking to get off the ciggies or maybe even looking to make that transition over to a refillable, rechargeable device from those disposables. So here we go, guys. This is the Maxpod 3. We'll take a dive down, have a look at the device, what you're going to get in the box, and then we'll come back up, have a vape, and see what we think. See you in two. So here you go, guys. This is what you're going to get inside the box of the Maxpod 3. As you can see here, you're going to get the battery of the device itself. You're going to get the typical user manual, giving you the breakdown on how to use it and what the different lights will mean. And you get just a single pod on this one. Bit of a weird flex from Freemax here, only giving one pod. But we'll go through it. This is the 0.8 MD mesh pod. And that is it. That is all you get in the box. Surprisingly, no charger cable. We'll take a look at the device itself first. So we'll move all this out of the way. So here is the Maxpod device, guys. Keeping it very, very basic with this, as you would expect with one of these starter pods. You've got your airflows on the side. Here is the little LED light. This will give you a bit of an indication when your battery dies. Maxpod 3 on the front there. Another airflow, so airflow either side, and Freemax. As you can see here, they've gone for that sort of acrylic approach. One thing I do like, which is what they've done with this, you've also got the charge port at the bottom there, Type C. One thing I do like what they've done with this, so because they've gone down that acrylic approach, some devices have done this in the past, and what you tend to find is when you're messing with the pod on top, you'll find that you actually crack the acrylic, but what they've done, they sort of double dipped it in a sense. So you've got the plasticky case on the underneath, and then they've surrounded it in an extra layer, so to say, just to add to a bit of that protection. So I've been using one of these for about a week now, and what I will say is that I've been a bit forceful with the pod, just, you know, everyday sort of use, and no cracks whatsoever, on mine. So we'll get this set up, and we'll have a vape in it. Like I said, not too much to go through with this. On the back of the thing, I'm going to sort of keep bits covered up there, because I believe YouTube doesn't like some of them. 480 mAh battery inside, coil resistance, so you get the 0.8 pod head with the device, and you can also get a 1.2 ohm separately. Again, weird that they've not included that in the box. Output wattage 9 to 10.8 watts. It's weird that they've put that on there as well, because the actual device itself will go up to 15. But I believe 10.8 is probably about as high as this device will throw out, based if you put the 0.8 pod in there. Output voltage, if you're interested, 3.3, 3.6. I mean, you guys can read, you can look at that, giving the material, the weight, what's included. And that's in the box. So, as I say, that's the device. We'll go back up, take a look, we'll get the pod filled up as well. I will show you the pod. I've got one pre-filled here, actually. So I will just show you the pod very quickly. This is the MD Mesh Pod 0.8, so the one that comes with it. No fill ports, no little bungs. The way that you would fill this up is to get a nice firm grip and just snap the black head off, and that will reveal where you fill it. So as you can see here, you've got the bit here with the red membrane. That is where you would fill the pod. You've got a little air escape release there, and then obviously the chimney where the coil sits and the cotton in there as well. But as I say, when you're filling this, you put the nozzle of the bottle into that red bit and fill. 2 mil, of course. TPD will not allow for anything more. And it would just sit nicely. There you go, all together. Let's go back up top, have a vape, and let's give some thoughts on it. So, there we have it, guys. That's the Freemax Maxpod 3. One last quick vape, and then we'll go through some thoughts on it. I really, really do like the flavour on this. However, we will start with cons. There's next to none. The biggest cons for me about this device, I can only assume they're trying to save money and reduce costs so they can bring this out at a lower price. Is the fact that it doesn't come with a charger cable. And I suppose we're at that point now where everyone's probably going to have a Type C charger in the house. However, it's always good just to have one in there, just in case, guys, isn't it? What do we think? Probably not the biggest con, but still, it's good to have one in there. The only other thing is probably just the fact that they only give you one pod. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. It's got to come with two, hasn't it, guys? If you're going to come and buy this, if you're looking to quit smoking, you want to come and get a device, it's got to come with two pods. You don't want to get one of these, go away, vape. You're going to be vaping it a lot as well if you're just trying to get off the ciggies. Lovely flavour. You're going to be vaping this a lot if you're trying to get off the ciggies, so chances are that first pod that comes with it isn't going to last the longest. People are going to be chain vaping this at the start. So it's always good just to have that extra backup just when you need it. The last thing you want, this this could go at any point after the first, I don't know, 4 to 5, 6 days of using it. If this goes when you're out and about, you're up the creek without a paddle. So that's probably the only thing. Some people might say the fact that the Type-C charger's at the bottom of the device could be a con. I don't think it is though, just for the fact that, yeah, I know it's laid on its side, but this pod is completely closed off. There's nothing where it's going to leak out from the bottom. All you've got there is your magnets and your contacts. The way that this is designed up top is you've got that red membrane there to stop the liquid leaking out as well. So I wouldn't call that a con, to be honest. It's going to be laid on its side for about 40 minutes, if that, whilst this charges up. I think it takes about 40 minutes to an hour to fully charge. So I wouldn't class that as a con. The rest, all pros. Flavour, love it. The cloud, again, not a huge cloud. You can still keep this relatively discreet, but again, some people do like spitting a bit of a cloud out. So it gives a bit of both there. You could be more discreet about it. You've got the light on the front of the device again. See that light up when you're inhaling on it. With this, it is just that one colour light. You don't get the red going to blue, other way around. You don't get that green going to red, we'll try again. You don't get that green going to blue, going to red. The lower the battery life gets. Once this battery is ready to go, it will just start flicking and flashing. That's your warning, guys. When that starts flashing, you need to put it on charge. But yeah, good that it's still got that indicator on there. But just some other companies out there go a bit further with the different colours on there. Pod itself, again, absolutely spot on. Again, the flavour, like I say, I haven't got the 1.2, so I can't comment on that, but the 0.8 is great. The fact that they've got the airflow on both sides has to be another pro for me. With the 0.8, it's quite a loose vape. You could almost get away with a decent restricted DTL with it. It's not designed to be that way, but you could do it. Although it's not adjustable, you can just maybe cover one side up, leave the other side free. And it's much more tighter on the draw. The other thing I would say, and this could just be, I don't know if this is a pre-release one or something, but sometimes when you're vaping on it, the way this auto draw works is there's a little grommet on the inside there, and when you inhale and vape, it lifts the grommet up and it activates it and sets it vaping. But sometimes it's almost like that grommet goes back down and you've got to go for a second inhale on it. Again, it's not that much of an issue, it doesn't do it that much, but sometimes it can be a bit frustrating. But other than that though, again, love the fact that this is a double dipped acrylic. If you're going to faff about snapping it, other devices, like I say, you can get cracks on there, but the fact that this is double dipped added protection, so I absolutely love it. I think this is an absolutely spot on device. Anyone looking to get off the ciggies or move over from disposables are going to be very, very happy with this. Like I say, just make sure that if you pick one of these up, maybe get an extra pack of pods as well, just so you're very well stocked up. But there we go, guys. That is the Freemax Maxpod 3. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And for now, guys, that is it for today. So have a great one, whatever you're doing, and I will see you soon.